Alright guys, new product today from Dynam. We have the HawkSky FPV, which means it's the regular HawkSky with a camera, a video transmitter, and that's it. I don't know, we haven't opened one of these yet, and we'll figure it out and what's inside together. They make one box, and this is the original HawkSky box. Yeah. There's no indications on here that says FPV, but
the proof is in the
we know it's FPV. Ken, do you fly FPV?
No.
No. Alright, in case you're new to this channel, Grayson Hobby is located right outside good old Atlanta, Georgia in the USA. And we've got tons and tons of airplanes and quads and everything else. And yeah, come check us out. Everything you see on our videos and in our website ships from our showroom. So if you're watching this video, you're on planet Earth and you're close enough to come visit us every time you're in Atlanta. Thanks to Ken behind the camera here. So we're gonna open it together.
Right, yeah, out the right box. Typical Dynam. One box. Elevator and rudder.
Which looks like the exact same as the first one.
Wing, yeah, this is looking like a normal HawkSky. What's going on?
Alright, come on in, bring it on here, Ken. So the first thing I noticed, you wanna zoom in on there, is our big honkin' VTX and our big mushroom antenna, which is pretty good. They didn't use any of those rubber ducky antennas.
Yeah, they didn't use a dipole, they actually used a circular polarized antenna.
Alright, so I'm sure everyone is dying to find out what kind of VTX that is. So the manual shows it has two different kinds, but the kind we have is a 200 milliwatt, 200 milliwatt DVT58. So it's got a little plug right here, and has just a sticker on a piece of white paper that's says 200 milliwatts. But we know we're good because it did pass. Pass what? I don't know. What do you think that passed?
Well, I don't know about quality control coming from China.
It just passed.
It just passed.
So anyways, that's a nice little shell, and you can see there's two screws to hold it on, and so it's an unusual spot for an airplane, but you're looking at this, is really not a good spot to put this because you can't, this is all rounded surface, not a good place to mount it. Personally, on mine, I've mounted them up here in this nice flat surface, but that kind of gets in your way of anything else. You want to put a high-def camera in there of some sort. But that's that. So that fits right on there, and we're going to screw it back in, and we'll go. So this is definitely new. You got a nice plastic housing in the middle of our fuselage, and I guess we'll power it up and see. It's 5.8 gigahertz, which is all the MAR, and 48 channel, which is actually pretty good. It's actually got the wide brand. So it's got a nice big LCD on there, so you can probably tell the channel on the band. There's now on the front end something else new. Look well.
It's got a camera.
Got a camera. So
it's a different little pod.
I like that pod there. So the camera's built in. I have no idea what kind it is yet. Looks like a nice big wide angle lens there.
We're gonna get this box out of the way, but the other stuff, so I just emptied this box here, but the rest of the stuff in the box is the decal sheet, which the decals are much more vibrant than the factory original. So we got a nice set of decals. We got a carbon fiber wing spar, or fiberglass probably actually. One decal just fell off.
One decal.
Yeah, and then the owner's manual / paper chart / something useless, and instructions for the speed control, which make sure you guys, if you haven't done it, make sure you follow the instructions on how to calibrate the ESCs. A lot of times if you don't do it with your radios, you'll just get really fast beeping, or the throttle will be like half throttle, it won't get full throttle, or it won't start throttle until about halfway. So make sure you do actually read this part about the calibration for the speed control, if nothing else.
Right. And I'll link a video below, or one of the cards, to the video we have on how to calibrate an ESC. Even though it's a video for two ESCs, 1, 5, 100,
same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
So the manual is very basic. It tells you your throws, tells you your channel mapping, tells you your CG, and it's super basic instructions that you may need a magnifying glass for, depending on your eyesight.
Now, we have a video on the original build. I'll post that.
Yeah.
Same build, and I'm guessing what the FPV will do, well, this is going to be the FPV addendum to it. So
yeah.
All right.
So, and this is the last accessory box to open here. What's in the box?
All right, landing gear. I like, you know what? It comes with landing gear, but I like to
hand launch them.
Hand launch.
Same.
So,
so you got your windshield, wire harness probably for your ailerons, some stickers, some glue that I never use. This one's got 2 props, a spinner, tail gear, control horns, a really nice screwdriver now. I'm keeping that.
Oh wow, yeah.
The rubber cement style glue, that like the foam tech kind of stuff. The hardware, the screws, nuts, bolts, stuff like that to hold the landing gear in, and that's pretty much everything.
Yeah. So take a quick look. What do you think about that camera? Can you tell anything about it?
Well,
there's no documentation in the box about the camera or FPV equipment.
Yeah, so one thing off the bat, I will say, not crazy about how the wiring is just really kind of loose in there. It would have been nice if they would have twisted it up or anything like that, or even put a piece of shrink tube, because you will be getting the battery in and out there. So that may be something you want to do if you get one of these. Run the wires down the side, tape it in, whatever you got. Maybe a little blob of hot glue to keep the wires away from where the battery's going to be going all the time.
All right. So let's
other than that, it's very close to the same thing.
So if you look inside, it's just a big rat's nest of wires. So you'll need to spend a good 15-20 minutes sorting out the wires and straightening them out. All right, so open up that rat's nest of wiring, and the first thing I notice is our power from the VTX way back here is going to be pigtailed or inline. What's the word for that? Inline with the power for the batteries. And then we have up here, we have a camera connection. This is the part that looks odd, Will, is it has a servo connector on here.
Okay, so this right here, this is powering the camera. I bet you they're running 5 volt. Okay, so they're using a 5 volt camera. Okay, so this is going to plug into an unused channel on the receiver to power the camera. So they're using the 5 volt from the BEC to power the camera and the 12 volt from the battery to power the VTX.
All right, so this is a 4-channel airplane. However, to run FPV, you probably want to have a 5-channel, or do you? I guess.
Well, a 4-channel receiver should have a bind port, and you can use that.
All right, so you need to have 5 open ports total, either a bind port, whatever, data port, whatever, or a 6-channel. That's the easiest way. I guess you can do some kind of Y adapter, but I don't know if when you have signal, it'd be on and off the camera.
It's just going to use the power and ground, so it shouldn't matter.
All right. So that being said, be prepared to either have a Y adapter, and or my suggestion would be having a 5 or 6 channel or an open port, a fifth open port. This is a 3S airplane.
Yes.
We don't know if you put a 4S in there. We don't know what will happen.
Yeah, I don't even think the speed control motor would handle.
I don't think this doesn't need to be flown on 3S.
Yeah, the
4S. You could probably fly it on 2S. All right, so we're gonna put it together real quick off camera. We're gonna get the video on how to assemble it, and then we're gonna play around with the VTX and let you guys know what we find out. The worst part about building airplanes is what, Ken?
Yeah, stickers.
The decals. So we're struggling with these decals. We're not following the video we have that Will actually showed us how to do the videos. And Will, what are you doing? What are you doing back there?
I'm answering tickets.
He's answering emails, so everybody, that's why we're going a little slow. And actually his job was to do the build, and he kind of gave up.
I didn't give up. I'm waiting on you guys to get the stickers.
What's that?
I'm waiting on you guys to get the stickers,
yeah.
So I'm going to go back to tickets. It's a little more exciting for me.
So in the meantime, we're struggling with the, oh Lord. All right. Hopefully when we're done, we'll show you what it looks like. And like all builds, it's best to put the decals on first before you put the plane together. The last one's giving us a little problem. It's stuck to itself there. All right, here we go. All right, so I can see we made a big mess here at all our decal sheets. They all stuck to each other, but we persevered and pushed on and got it all done. So real quick, show us the fuselage. How those ones, they're not the same.
I do find it interesting that the brand FPV part of the sticker is actually almost right up underneath the motor on the left side, but on the right side it's actually more underneath the wing.
And all right, so we're looking at the CG because I want to see if it measures or balances with the FPV gear, and it's showing 55 to 50 millimeters back. And we're discussing because the picture on the manual looks like it's wrong.
All right,
right there.
Usually it's on the spar, right?
Yeah, in this particular plane, if you look at this cutout right here.
All right, hold on.
If you look at see where the servo pocket's cut out?
Yeah.
If you pretty much put your finger in that line all the way down, that's where it is.
All right, and what is that? And it's 55. Yep. Don't use the manual in terms of the diagram. It's 50 to 55 millimeters back from the leading edge of the wing, not from the cockpit area. So take this CG thing and throw it away. 55 centimeters back from the leading edge, which is usually where the spar is. Batteries in there, shove it all the way up to the front.
All the way to the front.
All right. Where you going, Grumpy?
I gotta get food, man. I answered all the tickets. I'm hungry.
Grumpy's gonna get food. All right. All right, so batteries in the cockpit area. And what do you think of our CG? Way tail heavy. Where's your fingers?
No, way tail heavy. I've got a little bit.
A little bit? Well,
a little bit back.
We're missing this guy. That fix it?
It's putting it closer.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab a Grayson Gold 2600 3S, so a little bit bigger than 2200, and we're gonna see how that balances. Alright, so that little bit of 400 milliamps, a little bit of weight difference should give us a good balance right there. Alright, it's on there, and for the final test, put your fingers 55 millimeters back, which is right above the spar. And what you got? Looking good?
Looking real good.
Looking good. So there you go.
Right on it.
Right on it. So the 2600 Grayson Gold balances this thing beautifully. We haven't flown it, so we can't tell you if it's good or not, but in theory, it should work fine because the old one balanced right on there. All right, that is our first look of the HawkSky FPV. We built it up real quick. Gonna run over it, and next video we'll do some flying, and we'll show you what the screens look like. But so be sure to subscribe, comment below what you think, and until next time, talk to you later.